Valiant Hearts is a game that defines the meaning of trial and error. It's not only focused on its brilliant puzzle gameplay, but the art style, the music, the characters really stick with you throughout the whole game. A multi-platform game with the feel of Castle Crashers animation and BattleBlock Theater's challenges, only way more darker. You will make mistakes, but it will all be worth it as you progress throughout the story. The gameplay is very simple, but it comes with a packed punch of feels and adventure all throughout Europe during World War I. Welcome to Ocean Planet. My name is CarbonCR, and today I'll be giving my first review on Ocean Planet about Valiant Hearts. Let's dive in. Before we actually do the review, I just wanted to say if you're actually going to buy this game, you might as well just buy a pack of tissues just in case, because oh boy, you're in for some shit. The story begins on June 26, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated. In case you don't know what World War I is about, here's a short history lesson. Tensions were high against certain countries, forming an alliance prior to World War I. The Triple Alliance mainly consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. The Triple Entente consisted of France, Britain, and Russia. There were many reasons why World War I happened, and it's because of imperialism, patriotism, and arms race. The action that ignited the war later on was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Now that's over and you're probably bored and have a vague synopsis of World War I. You're ready to understand this game. Well, maybe a little. Karl is a German man living in France with his wife and child and his father-in-law, Emil. During this time, Germans who lived in France as the war erupted had to be deported. Karl was taken away and sent to the German army. It's going to be a while till we see Karl again, so we'll go on to Emil. Emil is the first playable character that is drafted in the French army and soon partnered with the intelligent German canine, Walt. Before that, Emil meets Freddy, an American who joined the French Foreign Legion who lost his wife on the day France was bombarded. He wanted his revenge, so let's skip a little forward. On the battlefield, Emil is shot down, but not dead. He is now a prisoner of war to the German army. We meet Baron von Dorf, a military general that is the main antagonist. Both Freddy and Emil in Lost with Something, they both had the same intentions to work together. We meet characters along the way, and you can even play as them. Each character that you meet, like George and Anna, has a general purpose in the story. They will be playable, and each has an astounding time to partake in the story. Each character's gameplay is different to one another. Freddy is the muscle and always carries wire cutters to go through barbed wires. Emil has a shovel to dig underground to reach certain places. Walt switches between his pals, which also signifies who you're controlling. You can command Walt to reach certain places with either Emil, Freddy, Karl, or Anna. Usually were places you cannot reach. Anna's gameplay is combined with rhythm and timing while healing wounded soldiers, which I have never seen before, and I'm glad I got to experience it. There are many features in this game. As you continue throughout your journey across the map, figuring out puzzles and knocking out anybody who steps in your way, you'll find many different collectibles surrounding the map. Each item you obtain contains a brief history on why and how it was used in World War I. This was especially interesting if you're a military history nut like me. For others, it's just a completion necessity, which is understandable. There are personal diaries for each character as you reach a certain point in the game. You can access these diaries at any time, and it's just like a personal archive for your own journey. The music is beyond amazing. There's one specific level that I would like to point out. You're playing as Anna, and you're driving soldiers to the front, and the whole level is just interacted with the music. Offenbach's Can-Can is implemented with the sequence where you dodge barrels and cars with the melody and rhythm of the music. During each cutscene, there's a piece of music that fits perfectly on what mood is implied, which is totally normal for video games to do that, but when it fits in with the story, it just fuels your joy or your tears. The art style is drawn, which makes it feel personal just for you. Even if everybody looked like they have the same face, there's always something discreet about your character, and you can instantly recognize them off the bat. This is probably the first time in my life where I actually appreciated drawn graphics. From the background to the foreground, it's never an eyesore anywhere you go throughout the warfront. It is definitely an acquired taste to play this game. You are presented with something simple, but you are also presented with a story that is so strong, you just cannot bear to let it end. If you love history like me, this is a definite game to experience. You are greeted with actual participations in real battles that actually happened, what made things click, what it felt like to be in trenches, how soldiers struggled with an amputated limb, and the dangers of chemical warfare. It really touches everything about World War I, and is definitely something to not pass up. The characters are wonderful and they stick to you. The music is phenomenal and the art style is just really crisp. I came to this game with the mentality, it's just a puzzle game, big deal. But what I wasn't ready for was the surprising story and the punch to the face with the feels. It changed my whole perspective about this game. When I first stepped in, I had no idea what I was getting into, except an ordinary puzzle game. I was wrong. What I stepped into was a portal through history, the struggle of World War I, the suffering of loss, the joy of succession, the shivers down my spine when necessary. As my first review, I give this game a 9.5 out of 10, with an immediate buy if you love a wonderful story and a simple gameplay. Thank you for watching my first video on Ocean Planet, and as you know, I edit Sean's anime videos. Hopefully this will be an amazing experience. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep swimming.